Jai Hind children. Last class we had discussed about meristematic tissues. So plant tissues are classified into meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. And the meristematic tissues again classified into apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem, and what is their function. Up to that we had completed. Now we can study another topic called permanent tissue. How permanent tissues are formed? When these meristematic cells lose their ability to divide, then it forms as permanent tissue. And this process of acquiring a definite shape, size is called differentiation. The process of taking up a permanent shape, size and function is called differentiation. That differentiation leads to the formation of various types of permanent tissues in plants. Then what are the characteristic features of these permanent tissues? The cells of the permanent tissues may be living or dead, and the cells possess thick wall or thin wall. Then the cells that shows a definite shape and size. But the major point is these cells lack the ability to divide. That is, they lose their ability to divide. Division capacity will lose. Then intercellular spaces often present in between the cells. So these are the characteristic features of permanent tissues. Then next is the types of permanent tissues. There are mainly two types of permanent tissues. They are simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissues are of different types. First one is parenchyma, the second one is collenchyma, and the third one is sclerenchyma. First one is parenchyma. Here the cells are round or oval shaped. In parenchymatous tissue, the cells are round or oval shaped. And the cells are living, all the cells are living, and their wall is very thin. And another feature is these cells are arranged loosely so that we can see that enough intercellular space is present in between the cells. In some cells of this parenchyma, we can see that various green colored dotted structures are there. What is that? They are the chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is present in some of this parenchyma, and such parenchymas are called chlorenchyma. Then what is their function? Photosynthesis. That is the function of this chlorenchyma. But in hydrophytes, so what is hydrophytes? You know that they are the plants living in water. So in such plants, that is in hydrophytes, these parenchymatous cells possess large air cavities so that these plants can float on water. And such parenchyma with air spaces are called aerenchyma. Then what are the functions of this parenchyma? Storage of food material is the main function of these parenchymatous cells. And we can say that photosynthesis, chlorenchyma shows photosynthesis, and aerenchyma help the aquatic plants to float in water. So these are the functions of parenchyma. The next type of simple permanent tissue is collenchyma. This collenchyma cells are living and elongated. The cells are living and elongated. Here the cell wall is thickened at the corners only. That is, they are irregularly thickened. And this thickening is due to the deposition of a substance called pectin. So that in between the cells we can see very little intercellular space. And these cells are present at the peripheral sides of the stem and leaves. That is, they are present in the leaf stalk below the epidermis. And what is the function of this collenchyma? These collenchyma provide mechanical support and also flexibility. And it also allows bending of tendrils and stem of climbers without breaking. That's all about collenchyma. The next simple permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. These sclerenchymatous cells are elongated, narrow and dead tissues. Here their wall is highly thickened due to the deposition of a substance called lignin. And here there is no intercellular space, that means intercellular spaces are absent. Then where we can see this sclerenchymatous tissue? We can see these tissues in the nuts, covering of seed, nuts, and also the husk of coconut is also made up of this sclerenchymatous tissue. And these sclerenchymatous cells, the function is provide mechanical strength and rigidity to the plant cells. Next we can study about complex permanent tissues. Complex permanent tissues are composed of more than one type of cells. All these cells organized to perform a common function. They coordinate to perform a common function. And these complex permanent tissues are mainly found in the vascular regions of the plant. And these vascular regions, they are mainly conducting tissues. And for example, xylem and phloem are the vascular tissues. And these are mainly conducting tissues, so they together known as vascular bundles. And these complex permanent tissues are perform a common function even though it is composed of different types of cells. These conducting tissues or vascular tissues are distinct features of these plants and help the plants in survive this terrestrial environment. First one is we can study about the xylem tissue. These xylem tissues are one of the complex permanent tissue and it is a part of the vascular bundle. And this xylem, what is its main function? Mainly it help in the conduction of water and minerals from the root towards the upward region. So it conduct the water and minerals only towards the upper region. So upward conduction, that means only in one direction they conduct water and minerals. So the conduction is in unidirectional way. And this xylem tissue consists of 4 elements. They are xylem tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. One of the element of xylem is tracheids. Tracheids possess elongated tubular cells and its wall is highly thickened. And these cells become dead when it is attained mature stage. And these matured tracheids possess small pores on its wall and that is called pits. And the next element is xylem vessels. These vessels also elongated thick-walled cells. And here the cells are dead and these cells also possess pit. And the tracheid cells, they are dead and also with the tapering ends are there. And both these tracheids and vessels, they conduct these water and minerals upwardly, that is, it helps the conduction of water and minerals. Then the third element is xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma are the only living cells present in xylem tissue. All other 3 elements are dead. The only living cells in xylem tissue is the xylem parenchyma. These are also elongated cells with the tapering ends are there. And what is the function of this xylem parenchyma? Storage of food material. That is the function of xylem parenchyma. And the fourth element of xylem tissue is xylem fiber. And these cells are also elongated but dead cells with lignified walls are there. These are elongated dead cells with the lignified walls. And this xylem fiber mainly provide mechanical strength to the plant body. So these are the 4 elements of xylem. So once again we can recap our today's class. So we had completed first one for simple permanent tissues such as parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, their cell structure, the arrangement of cells and their functions and where we can see, that means their location. Then after that we studied about permanent tissues complex permanent tissues. Examples xylem and phloem. Of that we had completed up to xylem. And what is xylem? Why it is called it's a part of the vascular bundle. Then which are the elements of xylem and what is their functions? So read the text very well. Once again, Jai Hind to all and thank you.